It's just like if you watch the Nate Diaz situation, just from the little short clips I see, from what it
Where he choked
appears,
the guy out in
where he
Louisiana.
choked the guy out, from what it appears, from the little bit I see, the other guy's hands were up. The other guy was kind of approaching him. So I think the other guy got in his face. I don't think Nate came to him. I think the other guy got in his face. I think Nate just choked his ass out. But the problem, I think, is when he let him drop. That's probably when, but at the same time, too, when the guy went limp, sometimes it's kind of hard to hold on to the guy, If he knew the guy was unconscious, right? If Nate would have held on even longer, it could have been way worse. So I think Nate letting them down like that is probably the best, safest route for Nate.
Yeah, I mean, where's there a rule like when attacked by a mugger, one must slowly, gently lay him down at a 45-degree angle.
At the same time, at the same time, you lay him down slowly. Someone hits you from the side, or someone stabs you from the side because you weren't aware of that. So, I mean, what's an individual like Nate Diaz supposed to do? He did the right thing in my book. From what I see, he didn't do anything wrong. He did it all right. He choked the guy out. He didn't hold the choke. He let the guy down, but he didn't let the guy gently down, because if he done that, he was subject to being attacked again. How did he know who was going to be on the other side? How did he know who else might have been looking to get him? How did he know there was a knife or a gun or something? He didn't know any of that. So what he did, in my opinion, is what you should have done, and what is probably should be taught in self-defense training. Exactly what he did. Obviously, the mouthing out part, no, because Nate has a way of talking back to people. Now, that's what I don't agree on. But as far as what I've seen from the video, is self-defense.
You know what? I hung out with him a bit years ago. He was at some events and some parties I went to like over a decade ago, long ago. And he was never a bully or starting anything. I never saw that side. He seemed like a chill guy. I think a lot of those times, a lot of people are looking to start beef with him. Not all the time, but I mean, some things. I mean,
I don't know him as that. I know him as starting beef with other fighters. Yeah.
Oh, like he started with Habib and them one night.
Yeah. But they're fighters. That's their thing. Who cares? I don't see him starting a fight with coaches. He never started a fight with me. He never even gave me 2 cents. Nothing. But fighters, they're open game. That's what they do. They fight each other. That's their business. I have zero problem with that guy. I respect him, and he's a needle mover for darn sure. But I have no problem with him.
Did you see the press conference? Him and Jake Paul look kind of lackluster, like whatever. He's like,
I see Nate Diaz get up and leave, and Jake Paul going, I can't believe he just went up and left. Oh, he just went to the bathroom. We'll be back. I didn't see more than that. I just saw Jake Paul goes, I can't believe he just went up and left. And I'm sure Nate Diaz was probably like, oh, fuck you. I'm done with you.
The hot point was somebody was like, yeah, man, is your brother going to do this? Because I think I could whip his ass, or something stupid he said to Nate about Nick. And it's like, I'm a guy posing as a reporter that is a fighter, trying to
get publicity,
trying to get some credibility or something. He's like, dude, don't you know my people are here watching you right now? Because all my boys are here. You're talking smack. What are you, stupid? You know what I mean? Like,
honestly speaking, he's probably right, because his boys are there, and his boys, they are loyal to the bone. So you talk like that, you might have to answer to one of those guys. So hey, the way I look at it, you don't show them respect, they're not going to show you respect. And if they don't show you respect, then you either A, stand up for the respect, or get the F out of there. Those are your 2 choices. Stand up for your respect, or get the hell out.
I mean, if you show disrespect blatantly to someone like the Diaz brothers, who, they're cool until you pull that trigger on them, and all of a sudden, that's not your reality anymore. Oh, the world just got real on you. Oh, wait a second. And I think, we're living in a time where people are like, oh, I've got a camera, I'll film you, I'll sue you. Some people are still living in the 1980s, and they'll throw down on your ass. That's where people don't They don't
Well,
like they think they can just say stuff like they're making a tweet. They don't.
yeah.
Reality and tweeting at somebody. They don't
You
know
can't,
the difference.
you can't do things with people like him like that. That is like that. They're just not.
Right.
They're not wired that way. They don't care. If you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong. You step on their foot, they're not going to go, ouch, please let go of my foot. Like there comes a right cross, there comes a shin kick, there's a choke coming your way. But hey, if they were super, super bad guys, they'd be in prison. Why ain't they in prison?
Exactly. They're not a gang. They're just a group of fighters, and they come from the tough part of the streets, and people mess with people. If you don't back it up, then you get messed with, and so forth.
Yeah, that's it. That's just the way it is. Yeah, no biggie. That's just the way it is. I have zero problem with those guys. I know they have problems with my guys, but I don't have problems with them. You know?
They've never come to AKA?
No. Jake and Gilbert, yeah, of course. Jake and Gilbert used to be with us for many, many years. Yeah. I mean, last time I saw Nick said hello. What's up? Nick's cool. You know, Nate, he'll say hello. He has zero problems with me. You know, I have no problems with him. You know, but yeah, he has problems with some of my other guys, of course. You know, they're potentially anybody that's a potential
match.
Yeah, he's not going to be cool with. That's just the way they are. If you're never going to be a match, they're cool as hell. But if you're going to be a potential match, okay. They that's just the way they are. That's the way some people are. You just got to accept it.
It's funny. I mean, talking about boxing. So there was this fighter, the Jim story I can tell because he doesn't fight in UFC anymore. There's Alessio Sakara. He was from Italy.
Yeah, of course.
Sakara, he'd done boxing.
Good boxer, yeah.
He was going to be a great boxer, and he was going to screw everybody up. And I was talking to Nick one day. And I go, yeah, dude, here, watch out. That dude's like a boxer, dude. He's like, man, I put him in there with my 20-year-old brother, and he didn't stand a chance. And he's talking about Nate. Nate was 20 years old. So we're talking like over a decade ago. Nate was able to already lay down the boxing.
Okay, but understand this, okay? He's no ordinary 20-year-old, okay? These guys, listen, man. These two brothers were main sparring partners for Andre Ward. And Andre Ward is one of the few greats that retired undefeated. Andre Ward was one of the great ones, you know. So these guys were regular sparring partners of Andre Ward. So don't go telling me crap, this and that. You didn't talk smack against guys that are regular sparring partners of one of the greatest middleweights. Okay, go ahead. But don't think these guys can't box. They can box. And, you know, if they couldn't box, they sure as hell wouldn't be sparring Andre Ward on a regular basis. And I know this for a fact because
undefeated world champion, not YouTube star.
No,
not a end of the rope MMA fighter that had a little boxing here and there, but never really did it. You know.
No, a real freaking one of the greatest. You know, look him up, Andre Ward. You know, he's one of the greatest boxers. Yeah. So Andre used to have Nate and Nick as sparring partners, and not one time, on a regular basis. So that's how much of a badass these Diaz brothers are.